everyone, this is Dr. Liv with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. In today's video, I will be discussing the Act the Opposite technique. Act the Opposite is a behavioral technique that helps to change both behaviors and feelings, or our mood. Feelings are so strong and intense, even visceral, and feelings can overpower our thoughts and actions, leading to poor impulse control, reckless decision making, and faulty, irrational, even obsessive thinking. Despite facts, truth, and logical reasoning, when emotional reasoning takes over, many individuals find it difficult to stay calm and regulated, resist certain urges and temptations, and not allow their feelings to be the driver or in control of their thinking and actions. In order to stay grounded, keep the right perspective, and act mindfully, the challenge is to act the opposite of what you feel, especially as it relates to negative emotions such as depression and self-condemnation, intense emotions that you have not processed, emotions that could lead to negative consequences, and emotions that keep you feeling bad or negative towards yourself or others. Always take the time to think and don't act on the feelings right away. Let's take a look at the application of the Act the Opposite technique. Examples: if you feel lazy or unmotivated, act the opposite of these emotions. Therefore, the goal is to act energetic and motivated. Consider how a motivated person would think and behave. Or consider a time when you did feel energetic and motivated. How did you behave? It is important to really visualize this so that you can have a mental guide to tap into. If you're feeling anxious, perhaps with low self-confidence, think about how a person with confidence would act. Confidence implies courage, being able to initiate, make your own decisions, and face uncomfortable situations. If you're angry, act cool, calm, and collected. Act like you're in control of your anger and really think about how this would look. It may look like not cursing or yelling, not being physically aggressive or seeking revenge. It might even mean walking away instead of lashing out. It might also mean using the MAD acronym, MAD, to minimize, avoid, and dismiss certain triggers. Act the opposite isn't about ignoring or invalidating your feelings. You should always acknowledge and validate your feelings. The key is to be mindful that you don't impulsively act on everything you feel or mistake all of your feelings for facts. This is why it is important to process your feelings, which means to think through your emotions before you act on them. Understand that act the opposite is also not about pretending. Instead, it means being intentional about changing your mindset and behaviors to form new habits. Therefore, the term act the opposite means to behave the opposite, which will also help you feel the opposite of negative emotions. And the concept isn't easy, which is why the DOC acronym encourages us to do what is different, opposite, and challenging. And as you practice the technique, it is imperative to implement the concept consistently and not every now and then. You cannot form new habits by doing something every now and then. And because the Act the Opposite technique involves cognitive and behavioral change, it will also help you work on distress tolerance and emotional regulation. How? As you resist the temptation to resort to your usual habit or feeling, this requires you to control impulsivity, maintain self-control, and not allow any thinking errors or thought traps to trigger you to your usual habits or feelings. So start small with one feeling or one habit at a time. Practicing the opposite of your negative feelings and counterproductive behaviors can help you make lasting and substantial changes that lead to self-improvement and self-growth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.